The morning show, okay, and that's good. But you guys will be doing most of the...
Yeah, we'll be doing all
Okay, okay, so this is the Combi oven, this is the Ultrasham Combi oven. And have you worked with Combi technology before?
I worked the ones that said Rational.
Rational, yeah. So it's very similar to the Rational oven in that it works on 3 technologies. You have your dry heat, your combination of steam and dry heat, and straight steam. So just to give you an overview of the outside of the oven, this is a 6-pan oven. So you can put 6 pans in this oven. It's got a hose, so if you need to fill a stock pot bucket, you can use this hose. If you need to do any kind of light rinsing before a clean cycle, this hose should work. You just push it in here and get a little. You get a little bit of water there. It's working. Fully touch screen, so everybody, you know, it's just like your cell phone. You work or your touch laptop or whatever you have. Everything works on touch here. And then there is an external hard drive here. This is if you want to upload pictures of your recipes. Like sometimes it's good to have that on the icon so that if a junior staff or somebody is doing the cooking, they can go in and say, okay, muffins, I'm pushing that button today and have a picture of the muffin or whatever like that. We also have a back-end system called ChefLink, and that has a library of pictures as well that you can pull from to create pictures for your cooking icons. Okay, so I'm just going to walk you guys through the screen here. I've already preheated the oven. There's 2 little buttons here. One is preheat and one is cool down. So first thing in the morning when you come in, I would highly recommend that you go into an oven preheat mode. So you can set your temperature. Let's say in the morning you're doing your baking, like your muffins, cookies, anything like that. You're going to be probably at 325 degrees, and you're going to hit that button, and it's going to go into a preheat mode while you get your stuff ready. So, yeah. So super important to do the preheat mode. So I'm just going to stop that so we don't have to listen to this. Then when you want to create a cooking recipe, you can push this little chef here. It looks like a little chef in a jacket. You're going to press that. It's asking chamber 1. You can choose here whether you want to do a dry heat cook, a combination cook, or a steam cook. So let's say we're doing cookies. I'm just going to use that as an example. We have a temperature of 325 degrees already set. We can choose our fan speed. Let's say I want to do my cookies at about 60% fan speed because we don't want to blow them out of the chamber. And how much humidity do I want? 0% for cookies because we want browning and crisping. And then my cookies typically take about, let's say 18 minutes. So I'm going to put 18, 2 zeros in there and tick that off. And then I'm ready to go. I can open the chamber, load it with my cookies, close the door, and press play. Oops, sorry. Yes. And it's doing the countdown. You can see up here, 325 degrees, we're counting down, and that's my cookies. Now, I'm going to stop that. I'll figure that out in a minute. There's a little chef hat up here. Now, I know already that that's the process for my cookies, that they're 325 degrees, 60% fan speed for 18 minutes. I'm going to go into this little chef hat here, or sorry, not the chef hat, the little book, and I'm going to go to the plus. And I'm going to tell it to preheat. This is where I program a recipe. So we're going to preheat to 325. And this is where I can add a picture. So I have cookies. And then I'm going to, you can add a recipe to name. Here we're going to put cookies. I'm nervous because I'm being filmed. And
now to do pictures and stuff, it's not for here, right? You have to do it through.
No, you can. There are pictures here on the thing. So if you come around here, I found a little. If I trash that and I go plus under pictures, it brings up a whole library of pictures.
Okay, so if they're there, but if we want to upload something,
you can do your own. You can do your own. Let's say you took a picture and uploaded it to your computer, you can save it on the USB and load it into the library into here.
Oh.
And I'll show you how to do that in a later step. So then we have a picture of our cookies, and I want to add, that's the preheat stage, so I want to add the second stage, which is the cooking stage. That's where we're going to go convection cooking. We're doing it by time, so 18 minutes. And then we are doing 60% fan speed, right? So everything's there. And then I'm going to press either one of two things. I'm going to press either play because I want to test those parameters, or I'm going to press save. And in this case, we just saved the recipe. So then when I go back to my recipe library, I have cookies. And then I have the recipe that it came already loaded with, and then the recipe I just created, which is this one here. So you can see the monster cookies are the preloaded recipe, and then that's my recipe. If I don't like that recipe anymore, I can press and hold it. Let's try that one more time. Take that one, and I'm going to hit the little trash button, and then it'll take you into it, and you can delete the various stages, and then that whole recipe disappears. Okay.
Can you edit it?
You can, or you can go
And
in and
that's
edit
where you would edit it
Yes,
as
you
well?
could
Okay.
go in and edit it as well. Now, if you look at the recipe library that exists here, there's not like a ton of stuff here, but there's roasted chicken, scrambled eggs, roasted potatoes. You can copy one of these recipes. You can go in and change the parameters. Like, let's say you tried the roasted potatoes, but you found, because your potatoes are bigger or smaller, that you need less or more time or temperature change, you can go in and change that and save it as well. Now again, talking about ChefLink, which is the back-end program, which I can sign somebody onto, I don't know who would be the person that would be in the back end, you can call us and we can help walk you through building a recipe for something specific that you have. So if you have a specific, let's say you're doing pans of oats or something and you're not really sure how to do that because you're used to doing it in a pot on the stove, you can cook oats in here. He'll give you the full recipe parameters for cooking oats.
So you're puffed corn or something like that.
Yeah.
So you're puffed corn?
Puffed corn,
Yes.
yeah, any of your grains, anything like that when you're cooking in bulk, we can help you build those recipes in the back end.
So yeah, that'd be nice because even on the rationales, we did the same thing. You just pre-program it,
Yeah.
because and then instead of like on the days that I'm not like here or whatever like that, then it's like you just click it, put it in, and then
Yeah.
you know exactly what to do, and then you can even have your the actual recipe itself. So it's
Yes.
like how much you should have.
What pan to use.
Yeah, what
all
pan,
that.
how much you should load up the pan. Like,
Yeah, and we have that option as well. When you are programming your recipe, there is a section, recipe description and instructions, and you can go in and type either on the computer here or in that ChefLink program in the back end. So that way it'll tell any staff member that comes in what pan to use, how many cups, ratio of cups to whatever. The other thing is we have a step option as well. When you're building the recipe, let's say you have something, you're doing grilled cheese, although I find you can do grilled cheese in here without flipping them, but let's say you have something that requires a flip step, you can have that step added into that built recipe so that the door alarm goes off and the lights flash and they'll see on the screen, it'll say flip, add water, add wine, add, whatever the situation is depending on what you're cooking. So yeah, that's that. So I'm just going to go into settings. Manual cooking is basically your little chef hat here. That's where you're going to be able to go in and just manually cook. You press the chef, you set your manual parameters based on what you're doing. You're doing a quick batch of something, or you need to steam some broccoli really quick for a resident that requested it last minute or something like that. You can just go into manual cooking and do that. This is the recipe library. Again, you can go in here, do some editing and adding, duplicate recipes, search for recipes, and that will build as you add recipes. So that library is really small right now, but once you guys start building all your menu into it, that'll be huge. And you have a search button here. You can add recipes and delete recipes in that screen. Let's talk a little bit about cleaning. So there's a few cleaning cycles available, depending on how heavy you're using the oven with grease. Let's say you're roasting chickens, roasting beef, cooking high fat products. You most likely will want to clean that at the end of every shift. So the day part shift can, run a clean cycle before the PM shift comes in, or at least once at the end of the day, have that heavy duty clean cycle. For cleaning, you have the UltraSham pucks. When you choose your clean cycle, so let's say we decide on a medium clean, it tells you right here on the screen how many pucks are needed. So for a medium clean, which is about an hour and 18 minutes, you're gonna need 1 puck. So what you do is you open up this package, you have to lift that, it's too hot for me to reach in right now, but you have to lift this little grate off of the bottom here and drop the puck inside that reservoir. Now, the oven won't be hot because when you go to do a cleaning cycle, it's going to tell you the oven needs to cool down before it can run a cleaning cycle. If it was cool, right now I could pop that off and show you, but that literally just pops off, the 1 or 2 pucks goes in, and then you close the door and the cleaning cycle starts. Once the cleaning cycle starts, the oven is locked. You're locked out of it. It's going to do its thing. So make sure before you commit to an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours of cleaning that you don't need the oven in 15 minutes. So that's like a really important step. If you just need to do a light clean, that's 35 minutes, and a rinse is 10 minutes. And no pucks needed for a rinse. So these are available. We recommend that you only use the UltraSham authorized cleaning pucks. They're designed for the oven and for the time duration. And these are available through Partstown, through your restaurant equipment dealer. Cisco might have them. I don't know if they list them, but I know Partstown has them.
And that's part of our CPS, so.
Yeah, okay, good. And what about your dealer? Like, who do you buy your equipment and smallwares from?
We have Hendrix, we have.
Russell Hendricks would have these as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, perfect, and we have Hubert.
Yeah. Hubert, I'm not sure if Hubert buys our pucks, but
And I think we bought Russell Hendrix from our other Russia, the other home.
right, yeah. So they most likely list it because we sell a ton of Combi ovens through Russell Hendricks. So yeah, so that's the cleaning cycle. And again, the hose is available to do a light rinse if you have some particles in there that need to be rinsed out. But it will.
Is it only one kind? Because I know our other home had like 2 different kinds of
Just the
pucks.
one kind for this, yeah, just the one kind. Now it should have come also with a pail of descaler. The oven should have come with a little bucket of descaler. Did you see anything of powder descaler when you were packing the oven? Okay, no worries there. I'm gonna put a note here because I can send you some descaler, okay? Okay, so I can send you a bucket of that, and then you have to get started. That's another cycle. Let's see where the descaler. I think the descaler. Let me double check on that. I think that the descaler you just add to the cleaning cycle when you need to descale. What's your water like here?
Actually, we have a softener.
There'd be soft water.
Okay, so you guys have like a
There's water
universal
softener.
water softener? Oh, that's so good, because usually in these outer lying areas, the scale buildup can just be horrendous on everything, your ice maker and all of that, so that's good. And this, of course, has a water filtration system in the back there, which is also helping filter the water as it comes in. So this is another important thing. Cleaning cycles you can press this little button at the bottom here, and it'll show you your cleaning log. And this is important because if you're noticing that the oven is not clean, and you're coming in and you're like, come on guys, you haven't cleaned it, you can see when it's been cleaned. So if it's being cleaned and the log, there's nothing there now. But if it's being cleaned regularly and it's showing, and yet it's not clean, then there's a problem with the oven. So at least refer to the cleaning log first. And again, that's just when you're in this cleaning button here. I'll show you how to get to it. Cleaning. and then you're in here, you press this two little
Okay.
thing, and it's gonna show you you're cleaning a lot there. Now, the second thing is HACCP data. HACCP data can be recorded on this and will be recorded on this, as it'll record when the oven, exactly when it opened, when it closed, what program it ran, for how long, and what temperature, if you're using the probe, was reached at that particular program. So this is good data if you have reporting that you have to do for health and safety, or if there is an issue or an outbreak of some sort, you can pull this information from the unit. It's showing that this is what they do at the factory to test the, I don't know, that's not it, that was me preheating, but yeah, that's everything I did today. So this is showing you everything that I had preheated the oven, the max temperature it reached, I started the cooking program and all of that. So here you can see, you put your USB in here, and then you can press the download and it'll save it to your USB here. The other thing is, if, let's say, once you're 6 months into it and you need just a time frame, you can go into this little calendar here and put in a date, and it'll show you your HACCP data for that date. So if you have a specific, time frame that you feel that something went sideways, you can access just that time frame. So you're not looking at, months, days and days and days worth of data. Service, this is a good button. That service is for when there's any problem with your unit. There's a passcode that only the service provider, like whether it's RG Henderson or whoever comes in to service the unit, can get in to see all the back end data. And there's an info button here at the bottom right hand corner, and this is really important when you call for service, because it right on here will show you your model number, your serial number, what version of the software it has, and that'll help them before they send a truck out identify the unit and what might be wrong with it in that sense. There's also information on the side here too, which makes it easy. I'm going to go into settings. This is kind of your comfort settings. Your home screen is set to manual cook. You can change that to just have it all your recipes. So it will, in my opinion, I would go with recipes. That way, when your staff comes in, they're only seeing the recipes. If they have the manual cook option, it might give people too much flexibility on how to cook things, because I'm sure